Right. Good evening. Good evening to you all. So, talking about unit number 3, grade 11, internet and email. So, we finished internet related words, so internet related stuff, right? So, we have introduced so many words related to internet. Some of them are familiar to you, and also some of them are new for you. So understand all those words, right? So in the previous class, we started to discuss about email. So we had a small introduction for email, but today we have to continue. Even though the email section is very small, but we have to take some time to understand because it's all about practical. So you need to understand everything clearly. So that's why I want some time to explain all these things related to email. So how an email is created, or how to send an email to the others, how to receive, right? So how to use some techniques when sending emails. So I will explain some of the things related to email, right? Right, look here. So we talked about email first. I mentioned that email is a method for exchanging information online, right? So internet is must for sending email. So it is a method for exchanging messages through online, right? To send or receive emails, both the sender and the receiver must have email addresses. I mentioned these things too, right? Then an email address has a format, right? There are two parts found in an email address. The first part is called username or user ID, and the other part is called domain name. So note there is an @ symbol to separate both user ID and domain name. So here Nila87 is a user ID and gmail.com is a domain name. Hope you remember that the one which I mentioned earlier. See, this user ID has to be selected by the user. So it's up to you to decide your ID. Even though it is almost impossible to get in your name, maybe you may have a nickname and some number or something to reflect your name. But domain name is not your choice, right? So that is the name of the providers, right? Suppose if you get email address from Google, then it's gmail.com. So all the people who receive emails from Google must have gmail.com. You cannot change that. Yes, you can change the domain, but when you get email from one provider, you cannot change it. You may have choice even if you go to Yahoo and take an email from Yahoo. There it would be yahoo.com, right? But use ID is our choice, okay? Domain name is the provider's name, okay? Right, so then I explain about these addresses. So here we can find out the use ID as well as domain names. I explain all these things, okay? Right, now come to this point. Emails, right? You may have two different emails from providers. There is one email called free email, right? So as the name implies, these are free of charge. You don't need to pay for anyone, right? You can obtain those emails for free of charge. There are many providers who provide emails for free, right? Almost all the search engines provide free emails. We talked about search engines earlier. See www.google.lk. So that google.lk provides free emails for its users. Even yahoo.com provides free emails for the users. MSN.com provides free emails to the users. So not only search engines, there are some other providers too available, but since we studied about search engines, I took some of the search engines, right? So if it is a free email, you don't need to pay for anyone to get email addresses, right? They are totally free. On the other hand, we have an email called paid email. So again, as the name implies, here you have to pay for the providers to get email facility, right? Actually depends on the capacity or the space that you expect from the computer, from the server. So it depends on the capacity, right? You may request the capacity that you want. So you have to pay for the capacity as well as for that particular email address, right? So some of the ISPs provide paid emails, right? If you want to get emails from SLT or Dialog, then you have to pay for getting those services, right? So they are not free, but the emails which are taken from search engines are free, right? So there can be two types of emails: free emails, paid emails, right? Right. So now we have to come to the email. Now we had an introduction for email. Hereafter, we need to understand everything in a practical manner. Then only you can understand. Right. Look here. Mostly, not only email, mostly when it comes to websites, there are two words often used. Right. Look at that. First one is sign in. The second word is it is sign up. Better take the sign up word, right? I will explain about sign out later. Sign in, this is sign up, right? So you have two words. Sign out also there, but I don't want to take that sign out now. Sign in, sign up, right? So let me explain the word sign in first. After that, we can take that sign up, right? For example, assume that you want email address, right? You want email address. Suppose if you have already registered, if you have an email already, then you need to use this feature to use your email. Assume that you have an email address from Google. So since you have an email address from Google, there is a username as well as password given by the Google. So to use that email, definitely you have to click on a feature called sign in. So remember, sign in is for the existing users, the users who have emails in a particular website, right? So this is for not for the new users. If I don't have emails, I cannot click on sign in because that is not for me. But if you have emails, you have to click sign in, then only you can enter into your email account and start sending or receiving emails, right? I will show them practically. Look here, it is for the users who already have an email account. They have to sign into the accounts using the username and password, right? Have you understood? So whenever you see sign in on websites, please understand that it is for existing users. I already told you that it is not only for emails, right? Even if you have an account in social media like Facebook, you have to click on sign in for entering into the website, right? So they are for the existing users, not for new users, right? Right. So generally, when you click the sign in button or sign in option, there will be a window appeared. It looks like this. Look here. Username, email, mobile. Nowadays they allow mobile names also, but take it as a username. So you have to enter the username and also password. But nowadays the present Windows don't show both username and password in the same window. So first they ask the username, After entering the username, you have to click the next button. So when it is clicked, immediately ask the password, right? So look here. So for existing users, you have to click on the sign in button and then provide your username and password, right? So this is where the username is given. After clicking the next button, you have to enter your password, right? So once a correct password is entered for a username, it allows you to enter into your account, right? Then you may send emails to the others. Even you can check your incoming emails. I will show them later, right? Okay. Right. Okay, let me explain the sign up also. Then I will show you some practical things. Right. So as I mentioned earlier, sign up is for new users, right? Suppose if I don't have any emails from Google, I have to sign up, right? And take a new account. So it's simply for creating new account, right? This is not for the existing users, right? It is for the users who don't have an email account. It is for creating a new email account. So suppose if you want an email address in Google, go to the Google website and find a button called sign up, right? If you want to use your existing emails in Google, first of all, go to the Google website, right? www.google.lk and find the feature sign in, right? Sign in, this is sign up. Look at the name. So names are always meaningful. Sign in, which means we have to get in, or we have to enter into the account. So who can enter? Those who have username and passwords. Sign up. So this is signing up. Maybe this is signing up in an agreement, right? Because so sign up means signature, right? So we have to make an agreement, because see, whenever you want to create an email from a provider, which it means you agree to their terms and conditions and get the service. So creating a new thing means it is a kind of agreement in between the provider and you, because sometimes provider puts some conditions, terms and conditions you have to accept. So that's why they put the name sign up. We cannot take the pen and sign, but assume that you read the conditions and you have to click on a button called agree, right? I agree the terms and conditions. So this is, or this seems to be taking a pen and sign up, right? So what I'm trying to say is words are always meaningful, right? Sign up for the new users, sign in for the existing users, right? So your sign up window looks like this. Look here. First name is asked, a last name, because you are trying to create an account for you, right? Email account for you. So definitely you need to give your personal data, right? Like your first name, last name, then email address, I will show you, right? Passwords, your mobile phones, date of birth, gender, and then you have to click on the continue, right? So this is how a new account is created. It is creating a new account from Google or Yahoo is not hard, because you have to give only few things. If you have experiences with the previous windows, because nowadays almost all the providers ask few things from you, only few details. But maybe years ago they asked many things, right? The window looked very large and they requested many things. None of us like to spend much time in filling the form, right? That's why now the window, that particular sign up window, has very few details, right? So everyone can easily fill and get the email. Okay, so this is how the sign up window looks like. Okay, so let's go to the sign in, sign up concept and understand, right? Understand practically, right? Let's go there. Look here. Look here, this is I opened the Yahoo homepage, right? So here you have the button sign in. Suppose if I click the sign in, you can find the word sign in on the home page of Yahoo. Even it is found on the home page of Google, right? So here I have sign in. So what happens if I click on sign in? Because assume that I have an email account, right? I'm not new for email. I have an email account in Yahoo, right? So what option to be clicked? Sign in. So when I click on sign in, a new window appeared. Right? So it looks like this. Look here. Here you have to enter your username. Right? Type your username. So I type Amal or something. This is username. You don't need to type the whole name, right? The username is enough because email address has username as well as domain name. Give the username, that is enough. Even if you want, you may type the whole name, whole email address, but there is no need. Amal username is enough. Even if you want, you may type amal@yahoo.com. That is also correct. Because now we are in Yahoo website, so definitely the domain is yahoo.com. Suppose if you have gmail.com, you have to log into the Google, right? But now I try to check the Yahoo. Okay, after that you have to click the next. When you click next, it asks the password, but I'm not going to show this because when we load many pages, sometimes the video might be trouble because we are using an online application, right? Zoom application, and the video is transferred. So in the middle of the video transmission, if I click other websites, sometimes you're unable to hear me or you're unable to watch the videos, right? So that's why I don't want to click it. So once you clicked, you will be asked the password. You are one step away, right? It's very simple. You have to click the next and give the password, right? So once the password is entered, if the password is correct, you will be directed to your email account, inside of your email account. I will show the things which are inside of your email account later, right? So that is not necessary now. This is how sign in happens, right? So you have to go to the sign in option and give the username and then click the next button, also provide your password. Okay, right. Right. So suppose if you are new for Yahoo, assume that you don't have any email addresses in Yahoo. So can you click that sign in? No, right? You cannot click the sign in. You have to find the sign up button, right? You need to find the button called sign up. But sometimes the button sign up is not found on the home page as visible, right? As look here, sign in is visible. Anyone can find it. It is on the top, but you are unable to find the word sign up. Maybe some providers may keep it, but some of them may not keep that word sign up. So now you need to try differently. Look here, look at the sign in window again. Right? So I have the sign in window, but see here, even though I have the sign in window, here there is an option called create an account. This is exactly same as sign up. Nowadays, most of the providers use the word create an account instead of using the word sign up, because when you use or when they use sign up, sometimes the users may not understand the purpose of that word directly, because sign up is something different than the other words. But when the word is create an account, yes, everyone knows that it is for creating a new account. But if it is sign up, yes, people who have experiences definitely know, but other people may not understand the reason for having sign up. So that's the reason why most of the email providers nowadays keep this phrase, create an account, instead of having the word sign up. But as a student, try to understand both sign up and create an account are same, right? So now, yes, I don't have an account, so I have to click on create an account. So once it is clicked, there will be another window. Look here, this is the window. Now, look at the top, sign up. Even though I have clicked on create an account, now it shows sign up. So it is for new users, right? So give your first name, right? Type your first name. So I type Ravi or something. Last name. Give the last name. You may give your own name, right? First names and last names. Better give the correct names. And then email address. Look here, @yahoo.com. This is, so this cannot be changed, right? By default, @yahoo.com is there because, as I mentioned earlier, domain name is not in your hand. You cannot change the domain name because you visited to Yahoo to get email. So whoever visits to Yahoo will get yahoo.com. So you cannot change it, but you can enter what? Your domain name, right? Sorry, your username. Username is ours, right? Our choice. Look here, when I click here, there are some suggestions. Vimal.Ravi, Vimal.Ravi, Vimal_Ravi, Ravi Vimal 497. Now see, Yahoo suggest some of the usernames for me because sometimes getting a username is difficult because username must be unique. So sometimes it is very tough because we don't know whether those usernames are already taken or not. So based on the first name and last name, now Yahoo suggests something, right? So if you want this name, just click it. Definitely this is available, right? If you click, you will get this name, vimal.ravi@yahoo.com. But assume that you don't want this name. You want only Vimal, okay? Just type it. Right, after some time, Yahoo searches whether this Vimal is already taken or not, because Yahoo has all the usernames in the database. So once you type the username, it has to search the database for the availability of this username. Look here, a Yahoo account already exists with this email address. What does it mean? This has already been taken, right? Someone else took this username already. So can Yahoo provide this username Vimal to you? Never, because username must be unique, right? So even if you want to get emails from your name, it is impossible. I already explained, I think. So suppose if your name is Abhirami, you cannot get Abhirami@yahoo.com because there may be so many Abhiramis in the past. Maybe the Abhirami who applied to get email from Yahoo first could get Abhirami.yahoo.com. Maybe the second Abhirami tried Abhirami in 1990@yahoo.com. That's why usernames are taken, right? So if I want to get a username in the name of Vimal90, so I assume I want to take Vimal90. You have to wait for some time to make sure whether it is available or not. Right, I think that is also not available because there are suggestions available. So let's give another number, Vimal S 1991 or something. Now I give another one. And look here, now there is no message shown. If it is correct, if the username is not is available, then there is no message displayed. Sometimes some of the providers show that in a green color, but if there is no red color messages shown, it means this is available for you, right? Then give a password for your email address, but your password must be strong. Look here, your password is not strong enough. Strong means you have to give your password as a mixture. Mixture means give the letters in capital format, small format, and also give the numbers and also give the symbols. So your password must be difficult to guess, right? Don't give your password only in numerical figures. Don't give your password in letters. Try giving the password as a mixture, capital small letters, numbers, and symbols, right? So I'm not going to check those things. So give the strong password, and then you have to select the mobile phone. So country code has to be selected. So Sri Lanka has 94, so you can select the country and the country code is automatically there. Where is it? Here it is, Sri Lanka 94. Type your mobile phone, right? And give the date of birth and type the gender. Gender is optional. If you won't give the gender, and click continue, right? So this is too easy to get the email, new email address, but you need to spend some time in selecting a right username and also correct password, because password must be strong. Okay, so those who don't have email addresses, you may spend some time at home and create. Maybe 5 minutes is more than enough to get a new email address, right? I explained in yahoo.com. If you want an email from Google, you may try in Google, right? Because I thought that creating an email in Yahoo is easy, and also it has some of the meaningful detail from you, because sometimes Google doesn't ask many things. So I thought about such things and explain in Yahoo. If you are able to create an email in Yahoo, definitely you can create a new email from Google or MSN or whatever, right? You have to keep an eye on the two words sign in and sign up or create a new account. Okay, so this is how a new email is created. Okay, now come back to the slide. So we talked about sign in and sign up, right? Sign in for existing users, sign up for new users. Okay, then after creating an email, you need to log in, or you need to sign in, login, same. Sometimes some of the providers show the word login, some providers show the word sign in, almost same. There is no differences at all, right? So once you have email address, then you have to sign in to your account and do some things. You can do some things inside of the account, right? So I listed some of the components available in an email account, right? So we need to understand these words, all these words one by one. But before that, I will explain some of the most common words. Okay, so wait. So now assume that, right? Assume that I go to the sign in window, right? And give the username and password. After that, I signed in. Okay. Right, look. Now I have entered into my Google email. This is not Yahoo, right? I'm using an email from Google. So now I have entered. So this is my inner side or inside of email address, right? So earlier we were outside of our emails. We didn't enter. Now we have given the username as well as password, and now we entered into the account, right? So the inside part of an email account looks like this, right? There are some options available in the left side, and also you have messages on the middle. I will explain, right? First of all, let's see how to send an email to the others, right? We have to start this with that particular action. So we should understand how can an email is sent to the others, right? So to send an email to the others, go to the option compose, right? to send a new email to another person, click on compose. But some of the email providers have the word or have the option called new, right? New, compose, save, right? So I click on the compose. Right, so once it is clicked, there is a small window appeared. It looks like your mobile phone message window. Whenever you want to send a message to the other person, right, you have a small interface right on your mobile phone. It looks like this. Look here, on the top, you need to type the receiver's email address. Sometimes your email may receive by one person, sometimes more than one person, right? So type the email address of the receivers, right? So let me type, assume that I want to send an email to one person, right? So I have to type, this is two. I have to type the email address of the receiver. So for example, I type xyz at yahoo.com. xyz at yahoo.com. This is the receiver's email address. Then there is a row, or there is a field called subject. Subject is nothing. It is a topic related to your content of the message, right? Because your message should have a content. That content must be reflected by a small title. That is called subject. For example, if I want to send an email with the message for a meeting or something, right? Assume that I want to send a mail. I'm sending a mail to call a parents meeting. So here the subject would be, my content would be parents meeting. So type that subject as parents meeting or something. Always give a meaningful subject for your email, because users, once it is sent, listen to me, once it is sent, your receiver will have to check your email. Before opening that email, he or she has to check the subject, because your receiver may receive hundreds of email in a single day. You know, opening hundreds of emails in a single day is tough. So she or he has to give priority for the most important emails. So the priority is given based on what? Based on the subject. I will show later. Remember, the meaningful subject is preferable. Even without subject also you can send it, right? Even you may keep this as blank and send it. Definitely it will be sent. But don't send emails without subject, because at the other end, receiver definitely faces problems. She or he doesn't know whether it is a meaningful or urgent message, or whether it is not urgent. She doesn't, or he doesn't know such things. So always give a meaningful title, right? That is subject, right? Then the most important section, this is your mail, right? So now you have to type your message. You may type the message like this looks like your MS Word text editor. Type the message. You may have some of the basic tools, right? The font can be changed. You can change the font size, right? Bold, italic, underline, font color there. So do some of the basic formattings, right? So if I want to change large font, go to the font size. If I want to send in a different color, right, then I can. Look here. So do such things. This is a simple text editor. Looks like your MS Word. And once your message is composed, click on the button send. Right? Once you click, your message will be sent to xyz@yahoo.com. Have you understood? This is how a mail is sent to another person. It's very simple. I take it again, go to the compose, right? Give the receiver's email address here. and give a meaningful subject for your mail, right? Your subject must reflect the body of the email, right? And then type the email, finally click the send button. Okay, suppose if you want to send this email to more than one person, that is also possible, right? You can send one email to any number of people, maybe even hundreds, even thousands of people can receive a single mail. That is possible, right? Look here, I want to send this mail to 3 people, right? 3 people. So what should I do? I have to type their email addresses in the 2 column, separated by a comma, right? Look here, first of all, I want to send xyz@gmail.com, right? I want to send xyz@gmail.com. Then put a comma. So once you put a comma, it is available, right? Your email addresses which you type is available in a small button, right? On a small button. Now type the next one. I want to send abc@yahoo.com or something, right? abc@yahoo.com. So put a comma. Right now we have 2 receivers. Give another one. I want to send pqr, right, at gmail.com. This is my 3rd receiver. Right. Look here. Now I have 3 receivers. xyz@gmail.com, abc@yahoo.com, pq@gmail.com. Now give you a subject, right? Letter or something. Urgent letter. Type your message. Then click the send. Now what happens? This mail will be sent to 3 people, right? You don't need to compose 3 times, right? You have to compose at once to send to multiple receivers. This is one of the advantages of email. See, if it is a normal mail, if it is a normal post, right? You need to send, if you want to send a message to 3 people, definitely you have to write the message in 3 papers and put them in 3 envelopes, and then you can send it. You cannot send your message with one envelope to 3 people, right? But here it is possible. Okay, so once it is clicked, definitely this mail is sent to all these 3 people, right? Okay, right. Now I will show you some of the other technique. Listen to me, this is important, right? Okay. Right, look here. Now in this window, you have 2, right? You have subject and then your mail, right? Your body of the mail. But you can see that there are 2 words displayed on the other side. CC, this is called carbon copy. I will explain carbon copy. And there is another one called BCC, blind carbon copy. So let me activate the CC. If you click on CC, that's now the CC is here. Still BCC is there because I didn't click on BCC. Right, let that BCC in the same place, but I have taken CC here. Okay, right, listen to me. Now, listen to me carefully. I take another situation. See, now I want to send an invitation, right? Maybe a parents meeting invitation to 2 people, right? I want to meet 2 parents. So I want to send the parents meeting invitation or calling letter, right? Parents meeting calling letter to 2 people. They are abc@yahoo.com and pqr@yahoo.com, right? So now who are the receivers of mine? abc@yahoo.com and pqr@yahoo.com. So type both these addresses in 2 columns, right? So come to the 2 and type abc, right, at yahoo.com. comma, pqr@yahoo.com. Okay, right. Now these are the two receivers of my email, right? Okay. At the same time, I want another person, right? Maybe I want XYZ. Assume that XYZ is another person. But remember, XYZ is not my receiver. He is not my parent. But I want XYZ, right, to know such message which is transferred or which is sent to these two people. So these are the two receivers, but I want XYZ to know about this parents meeting, because I want to show this message to XYZ. But remember, XYZ is not my receiver. So at this time, I have to send a copy of this email to xyz@yahoo.com. So I cannot put xyz@yahoo.com here, because if I put xyz@yahoo.com here, it means XYZ also one of my receivers. No, XYZ not my parent, right? He or she is not my receiver. He wants to know such messages are sent to these two people, because maybe that XYZ is one of the staff in my institution. So I want to show this message to XYZ. So in this instant, I have to type that XYZ in CC, carbon copy, which means it is a copy of the email. So I have to type xyz@yahoo.com here. Right? Listen to me, it will be clear. So then give a subject and then type your message. Right? You can type your message and click send. So what happens if I click? So assume that I have clicked on send button. So now this mail will be sent to all these three people. But remember, right? Remember, ABC, PQR. These two people receive my email because they are the receivers of my email. So they know when they open, they know that this mail has been sent for them. So they knew that they are the receivers. But when this person XYZ opens his email, he knows that he is not the receiver because his name is in CC column. So he knows that he is not the receiver. He got the copy of the email. So copy means we want to show this information to another person. That's why I put this information to XYZ. Now XYZ gets the copy. But the real receivers are ABC and PQR. Okay? So what happens if I add another one here? So assume that I put nuwan@gmail.com. Listen. nuwan@gmail.com. So two of them are receivers. So definitely this mail is sent to ABC and PQR, right? But these two people are not my receivers. But I want them to know such messages are sent, right? Because they want, because I want the transparency. So I want to show that this kind of a message is sent by me to them. So I want to show that real message to the others, right? So now XYZ and Nuwan, they receive the copy, but they are not my receivers, right? So it may be a little difficult to understand these two because I need to write something on the board to clarify. But with this I mean online class, you can understand some of them. So again, look here. Don't be confused with the word to and CC. To, right? So you have to give the receivers of your email in two columns. Don't give your receivers in CC, right? Suppose if you want to show the copy of this message to the others, put them in CC, right? So now these two people will get the copy of this email. The other two people, A, B, C, and PQR, will receive the original email, right? They will get the email, but these two people get the copy. Okay, right. Now assume that they all got the email, right? ABC got the email, PQR got the email, and XYZ got the copy of this email, and Nguyen also received a copy of the email, right? Listen to me. Now there is one more thing to be remembered or to be understood. Now assume I am ABC, right? I am one of the receivers, so assume I am ABC. Now I opened my email, right? I opened this email. Someone sent this. I am one of the receivers. I am ABC. So I opened my my email. So when I open this email, that email shows pqr@yahoo.com as another receivers of that email. So what I am trying to say is, when I open this email, because I am one of the receiver, ABC is mine, right? It's me. So I open this email, and now I find, or I can find, that PQR is also another receiver. That information is shown in my email. At the same time, I know that there is a copy sent to xyz@yahoo.com, because that message also available in my email, right? It shows like cc-xyz@yahoo.com. So now I understand that there is a copy of this mail has been sent to XYZ. And also I know one more thing, that there is another copy, or there is a copy sent to nuan@gmail.com. So I know such message also. Have you understood? I am one of the receivers. In this instance, ABC is me, right? I open this message. When I open this message, it shows PQR is as another receiver. So I know that this message is not only for me, it is also PQR, for PQR. So I got such message. At the same time, I understood that this message has a copy to XYZ, and also another copy has been sent to Nguyen. Okay, right. Assume that you are PQR, right? You are the person PQR. Definitely you got the mail, right? So now you open this mail in your computer. Listen to me. Now, once it is open, you realize that me, ABC, also one of the receivers. So now you understand that you are one of the receivers. With you, ABC also received the email. So that information is available to you. And also you know another thing, that there are copies sent to the others. So you know that XYZ received one of the copies, and also Nguyen received another copy. Those informations are visible to you. So you can understand that only two receivers, you and me, and two copy receivers, they are XYZ and Nguyen. Clear? Okay. Now take another one. See, assume that XYZ, another person, right? Now assume that XYZ opens his email, right? Definitely he received the email. So now he opens. So once he opens, it shows that ABC, PQR are the receivers. So now definitely XYZ realizes that this mail is not sent to XYZ, because in his email, ABC, PQR, right? Both of them are shown as two. So now XYZ understands that this mail is sent to ABC, PQR, right? So now XYZ realizes that they are the receivers. At the same time, XYZ understands that there is a copy, another copy is sent to Nguyen, because XYZ already knew that he is the copy receiver, right? At the same time, now he knows that Nguyen also receive a copy. Those informations are important. I repeat it. When XYZ receives this email, when he opens, he knows that ABC, PQR are the receivers because their names are against the word TO2. So he knows. And also XYZ understands that Nguyen also one of the receivers. Okay, right. Come to Nguyen. I will explain the way of seeing things in different point of view, right? So now Nguyen opens the mail because he also received the email. He opens. When he opens the email, it shows that ABC, PQR are the receivers. So now Nguyen understands that ABC is one of the receiver, PQR also one of the receiver. At the same time, Nguyen understands that XYZ is the receiver, is one of the receivers of the email because XYZ name is shown against CC word. So now Nguyen understands that XYZ is a copy receiver along with him because Nguyen also himself as a copy receiver, right? So XYZ also copy receiver. This is how they know their others status, right? Listen to me, I have to continue. Right, now what I'm going to do is I will click on BCC. BCC, blind carbon copy. So let me type another two address here, right? So I want to type another address ttt@gmail.com. This is another one, comma, another address op@gmail.com. Okay, right. Listen to me. You need to wait until I finish, then only it will be easy, right? Now, look here, there are two people in two column. There are two people in CC column, carbon copy. There are other two people in BCC column. So all together, there are 6 people as receivers, right? I have entered. But look here, the receivers for my email are only 2 actually. Even though they receive, they are actually, not receivers, they are the copy receivers. The people who are in 2 column should be taken as receivers. So ABC, PQR, these are my receivers. But the rest of the people should be copy receivers. Definitely they will receive copy. Both CC and BCC will be copy receivers, right? But I will explain the difference between CC and BCC little later. But before that, let's understand their status once again, right? Okay, look here. Right now I type the message and I want to click on send. Once it is clicked, definitely all these 6 people will get my email, right? They can read this message and everything, right? They will definitely receive, right? Now assume ABC is me, right? I am one of the receiver. This is another receiver, right? ABC is one of the receiver. The sender is not me, another one, right? Okay, ABC is me, right? Now I opens this email. When I open this email, it shows that PQR is another receiver. So now I know that I am not only the receiver, there is one more receiver called PQR, right? At the same time, I know some of the other stuff. What are they? Now I know that this mail has been sent to 2 other receivers, copy receivers, right? Not actually the mail. There is a copy sent to 2 other people. Who are they? xyz@yahoo.com, Nguyen gmail.com. So now these informations are visible in my email. So now I realize that yes, I received the email. PQR also received the email, but there are two other people receive the copy. Who are they? XYZ, Nuan. But look here, the people who are in BCC also receivers, copy receivers, sorry, not receivers, copy receivers. But I don't know about these informations. For me, it doesn't show about these things. Definitely the emails, a copy of the emails have been sent to TTT and OP, but that information are not shown in my email. So now I only realize that an email is sent to me and PQR, and two people receive the copy, XYZ, Nuan. I don't know any other stuff. In fact, the email copy has been sent to 4 people, but the people who are in BCC are not shown to me. So I realized that only 2 people got the copy. Now what happened now? These 2 emails are hidden to me. I don't know such things. But again, wait, right? I have to finish. Now assume that PQR is you, right? Yes, you got the email. And now you open, right? You open the email. That email shows me as another receiver. So now you realize that you are not only the receiver, there is one more receiver called ABC, which is me, right? So now you realize that fact. And also you realize that, or you know that XYZ, Nuan are 2 copy receivers, because in your email, it shows CC-XYZ and Nuan. So it clearly shows that they are the copy receivers. Even you don't know any other things. You don't know any other information about these 2 people, TTT and OP. Those things are hidden to you. Have you understood? I will give the summary later, then only you can understand. Right, come to the XYZ now. One by one, we can take their point of view. Right now, assume that your friend is XYZ, right? There is another person, XYZ, right? Now XYZ opens the email because he also got the email, he opens. In his email, right, it shows ABC as one of the receivers. PQR is another receiver. So XYZ realizes that he is not the receiver, he is the copy receiver because his name is shown again CC. So he knows that he is the copy receiver. At the same time, he understands that ABC and PQR are the receivers. XYZ knows one more thing, that Nuan also one of the receivers along with him. XYZ is one of the receiver of copy, and also Nuan is one of the receiver. So now he knows that along with him, Nuan also one of the copy receiver. But XYZ doesn't know anything about TTT and OP, right? They receive the copy, but those informations are not shown to XYZ. Okay, now come to Nuan. So Nuan is one of your friend, right? Another friend. Okay, now Nuan opens his email. It shows Nuan as copy receiver because Nuan name is again CC. So now Nuan realizes that he got the copy. He is not the receiver, he got the copy. At the same time, Nuan knows that ABC, PQR are the receivers because their names are shown in shown against 2 in a Nuan account. So now Nuan knows that ABC, PQR are receivers, right? And also Nuan knows that XYZ also receives the copy, right? Along with Nuan, XYZ also receives the copy. These are the only things known by Nuan. Nuan never knows anything about TTT or OP. Have you got that idea? Now come to the TTT. Have TTT received the email? Yes, right, because BCC almost same. So now TTT, another person, received, right, received his, opens that email. it shows, or his email shows, that he is BCC because his name is shown again BCC. At the same time, TTT knows that abc@yahoo.com is the receiver, right? His name is shown against too. So now TTT knows that ABC is one of the receivers. And also TTT knows that PQR is another receiver. So TTT understands that ABC and PQR are the receivers of the email, main receivers of the email. TTT knows that XYZ and NUN are copy receivers because their names are shown against CC. So now TTT understands that XYZ received a copy and also NUN received a copy. But again, TTT never knows anything about them, anything about OP, right? So TTT knows only these two things, right? ABC, PQR received the email, XYZ, NUN received the copy. These are the only things known by TTT, right? He doesn't know anything about OP, right? Come to the last point. Now OP, another person, right? Another receiver, he opens his email. It shows that he is the BCC receiver because his name is again BCC. So he knows that he got BCC. At the same time, he knows that ABC, PQR are the receivers. He also knows that XYZ and NUN are copy receivers. But OP never knows anything about TTT. So he knows only these two things, ABC, PQR are receivers, and XYZ, NUN are copy receivers, right? So I have taken so much time, right? Sometimes it might be boring, but I have to explain the real fact, right? So now you have been watching such big explanation. So what is the simple summary? So try to understand. Summary is very simple. If you want to send an email to one or more persons, give their email addresses in two, right? In two columns. That's enough. But if you want to show, or if you want to send copy of email addresses, give them in CC and BCC. Both are for copy. Blind carbon copy, both are for copy. But there is a difference. What is the difference? The email addresses, listen to me carefully. The email addresses given in CC, email addresses given in CC are displayed for all the receivers of the email. I repeat it, the email addresses given in CC are visible to all the receivers of the email. So according to my example, XYZ, NUN, these are the email addresses given in CC. These two email addresses are visible to all the receivers. So look here, ABC knows that XYZ is one of the copy receiver. PQR knows that XYZ, NUN are copy receivers. TTT knows that XYZ, NUN are copy receivers. OP knows that these two people are copy receivers. Even XYZ knows that NUN is a copy receiver. So the summary is very simple. Email addresses given in CC are displayed all the people who receive the email. But email addresses are given in BCC are not displayed any of the receivers of the email. I repeat it. Email addresses given in BCC are not displayed for any of the users who receive the email. Look here, ABC doesn't know anything about TT. ABC doesn't know anything about OP. PQR doesn't know about TT and also OP. XYZ doesn't know anything about TTT and also OP. NUN also doesn't know both. Even TTT doesn't know about OP. TTT doesn't know whether OP receive or not. Even OP doesn't know anything about TTT. The summary is important. because both TTT and OP are in BCC. So these addresses are not shown to any of the receivers. So now these four people know, or these four people think that they are the only receivers. ABC thinks that he is one of the receivers along with PQR, and he knows that XYZ, right, and NUN are two copy receivers. He doesn't know anything, any other things. And also PQR same. PQR knows that XABC is one of the receiver, XYZ and NUN are two copy receivers. PQR doesn't know any other things. XYZ thinks that ABC and PQR are receivers. NUN is one of the copy receivers along with him. NUN is one of the NUN thinks that ABC and PQR are receivers. XYZ is one of the copy receiver along with NUN. He doesn't know any other things. Right? So this is a small technique. Whenever you want to send email to multiple people, you can hide some of those email addresses. Now, actually, what is the real intention of the sender? That sender doesn't want those four people to know these two addresses. Right? For example, if the sender is Kumar doesn't want that ABC, PQR, XYZ, NUN know about these two people. That's why they are hidden. Okay, so this is a simple summary. Try to understand. The receiver's email addresses should be given in two. The copy receiver's email addresses should be given in CC or BCC. But it's up to the sender to decide whether the addresses are given in CC or BCC. Right? If it is given in CC, those addresses in CC are displayed for all the people of the email addresses. Sorry, all the people who receive the email. If the email addresses are given in BCC, it means none of the receivers know such thing, right? It is not shown. That's why the name blind is given, right? Blind, which means it is not visible, right? So it would be easy, even if you don't understand anything, it's not an issue. It would be easy if I take one or two examples. So since we don't have enough time today, I cannot explain those examples, right? So let's go through once again and I mean, listen to my explanations and understand the things, right? Thereafter you can easily understand. So it's enough for today. We have to conclude the class, right? So I will definitely take some examples to clarify everything, right? So it's enough. Thank you, right?